Well, I have to say it's been an absolute fantastic madness as we get to the end of match days 3 and 4 of the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Quite remarkable. 9 groups, so many teams taking part trying to get to the World Cup and represent Africa. And here's this for a statistic. 6 of the 9 groups are led by an Arab nation. Actually nearly 7 when you consider Libya are pretty close to the top as well. So North Africa doing pretty good in this competition so far. Let's take a look at how each group has unfolded and what it means for the rest of the competition. So Group A, and you have to say it's pretty much job done for Egypt. They won their home game against Burkina Faso. They got a point away to Guinea-Bissau. They were losing in Bissau. Salah rescued them with his new haircut. So that was a crucial result for Egypt to take 4 points from Burkina Faso at home and Guinea-Bissau away. But perhaps even bigger for them was Burkina Faso, who led Sierra Leone 2-0 and probably Egypt's biggest threat in this group. Sierra Leone coming back to make it 2-2. What a match day it's been for Sierra Leone. They won the first game and they've got a point away to Burkina Faso. 4 points for them from 2 games. So Egypt sit on 10, Guinea-Bissau on 6, Burkina Faso and Sierra Leone both on 5. Sierra Leone will feel like they've given themselves a chance. They've got Curtis Davies, scored in an FA Cup final 10 years ago for Hull City, scored his first international goal in match day 3. So I think Egypt are pretty clear. Look, they're 4 points clear of second. They're very, very comfortable at the moment. Still haven't lost a game. I don't think there's going to be a team here that will go through as one of the best second place teams. I think far too many teams have already dropped points. But we'll see how it goes. But it's pretty good news. I think Egypt are basically there and no one here has really got a chance of second place. But now things start to get interesting. This is much less straightforward. Group B with Senegal, DR Congo, Togo and Mauritania, but none of those are top. It is Sudan with 10 points out of a possible 12, top of the group. Senegal in second, DR Congo in third, Togo, South Sudan and Mauritania, who have played 4, scored 0. They haven't even scored a goal. They've got 1 point and that was from drawing a game 0-0. How on earth did Mauritania beat Algeria? I come back to this again. It's a once in a lifetime result. Got to be a bank holiday in Mauritania every time that date in January comes around. Credit goes to Sudan. Yes, the bulk of their team plays for Al Hilal on demand in the local league, but they're doing fantastic, and you consider the political situation back home in Sudan as well. This is really an inspirational run, and whatever happens, they've given themselves a chance at the second spot. They've had some brilliant results in this group, but Senegal and Congo drawing 1-1. Congo might see it as a great point in Dakar, but for Sudan, their 2 closest competitors dropping points like that is big for them. Of course, Senegal won in Mauritania, expected. Everyone seems to beat Mauritania apart from Algeria. But look, DR Congo with the point in Dakar and then winning at home to Togo, with Twanzebe coming into that back line as well. Listen, 4 points from these 2 games when you play Senegal away and Togo at home. I think the DRC will be very pleased with that. They know there's work to be done. The coach there at Congo has signed a new deal. Can Sudan keep this up? It's going to be really close. This is tough to call. You'd say Togo, South Sudan and Mauritania are out of it, but Sudan winning in Mauritania was big. Senegal getting the win in Mauritania was big, and Congo beating Togo was big. So 2 of these 3 are going to get to the next stage. I think the second place here will get a second place spot, but there's a long way to go. And when Sudan play in Kinshasa, that's going to be absolutely massive. And plus you factor in a big nation like Senegal having work to do as well. If you thought that was a madness, what about Group C, where you've got Rwanda, South Africa and Benin tied on 7 points. Nigeria in 5th, no wins from 4, changed the coach after reaching the AFCON final. What is going on with Nigeria here? The mad thing is, they're 5th, but they're only 4 points off top. And that to me means they've still kind of got a good chance to come first. I just think the points are so spread out. 3 teams on 7, leaving Lesotho on 5 and Zimbabwe on 2. So you'd say the points are far too spread out. A lot of draws in this group. Rwanda, South Africa and Benin lead the way. Benin did really, really well in these match days. They beat Nigeria with Gernot Rohr beating his old team and they beat Rwanda as well. South Africa got a point away to Nigeria and were comfortable at home to Zimbabwe. That was a great win for South Africa. So Benin and South Africa will feel like this was a great match day. But Nigeria, dearie me, losing in Benin to their old coach and drawing at home to South Africa, they've got a lot of work to do. No wins from 4, yet it feels like they've still got an opportunity. I don't know why, I've just got a feeling they can rescue it. They're not out of it yet, but South Africa and the wonderful Hugo Bruce will be thinking, what an opportunity now to make the World Cup. Of course, Morena came on against Zimbabwe and got a brace off the bench, but South Africa will be feeling now that it's in their hands, and Nigeria still have to go to Johannesburg and play there as well. So South Africa should be feeling confident. All the pressure in this group is on Nigeria. Yes, Rwanda are top, but respectfully, they're not qualified. They've only scored 3 goals in 4 games. I think South Africa and Nigeria are still going to battle for those top 2 spots, although it's an interesting group table when you read it at the moment. Group D, incredibly tight. We're just going to give credit to Mauritius for winning a World Cup qualifier against Eswatini. Quite a remarkable story there. Cameroon on top. They did draw away to Angola on 8, but Libya and Cape Verde closely follow on 7. That was a big win for Cape Verde against Libya. And even Angola on 6 points. They are just absolute draw merchants. They drew to Cameroon, they beat Eswatini, and they drew 0-0 to Mauritius and to Cape Verde. So Angola in 4th are actually unbeaten with 1 win and 3 draws. This group is tight. I expect Cameroon to take the top spot. Angola, Cape Verde and Libya are going to fight for the second position. I think it will still be between Angola and Cape Verde to get into that one. But dearie me, some of these groups are incredibly tight. I'll tell you what group isn't tight. Group E. Morocco on 9, Tanzania on 6, Niger and Zambia on 3 and Congo on 0. But Niger will be on 6 once they're awarded the 3-0 win against Congo, because Congo against Niger didn't happen. Yes, so Group E's already had Eritrea withdraw. Congo-Niger didn't happen because Congo refused to play in DR Congo. So Niger are going to be on 6 points as well, but this group is an absolute waste of time. You've got 5 teams. None of them are going to cause Morocco any problems, and even if they did, Morocco are once again playing away games at home. I mean, ridiculous. Casablanca's a home game, Agadir's an away game. They won 6-0 against Congo away in Agadir. Please, respectfully, they've got by far the best team. Just end the group now, because Morocco are going to go to the World Cup. No team in this group is going to get through as a second place side. I'll tell you that now. The quality of the other teams are poor, and that's when they turn up to play. So I think Group E's done. I think Morocco qualify for the tournament, and I think no other team is. It's just a complete waste of time. It's really poor from Zambia, though, to have 3 points from 4 games, and they're the pot 2 team. Says it all about Group E, really, doesn't it? Group F has opened up a little bit after Ivory Coast drew their most recent game away to Kenya. They're on 10, but they haven't conceded a goal, and they're also champions of Africa, so they're buzzing on confidence. Gabon back with Aubameyang on 9. Big win for them against Gambia. So only 1 point between those two sides, although Ivory Coast did just beat Gabon 1-0, but of course Cote d'Ivoire still have to go to Gabon later on. That's tight. Burundi 7, Kenya on 5, Gambia on 3, and the Seychelles on 0. They've conceded 22 goals in 4 games. I think Cote d'Ivoire will be good in top. Gabon will do their best to get second, and they may well get one of those second place positions as well. Now Group G, it's just the madness. There's been no draws. All the points on offer have been collected in this group. Algeria and Mozambique on 9. Now people were disappointed that Mozambique got that late Katamo penalty. Guinea conceding late on. Guinea have basically beaten Algeria for nothing after losing at home. Again, I say at home. It was in El Jadida. Botswana also on 6. Uganda also on 6. And Somalia, dearie me. I mean, they're scoring goals, but they just can't get a point in this group. It's mad. So Algeria have Mozambique to come to Baraki. We've won in Mozambique in Maputo thanks to Belmadi. As long as Algeria win at home to Mozambique, which they should, in theory, then it's a good result that they beat Guinea. Guinea have lost to Botswana and have lost to Mozambique. So you expect Guinea to still drop points. Of course, Algeria still have to play Guinea away, but when you look at the group, it's very much in Algeria's hands. It's far more competitive than a lot of the other groups, if we're being totally real and unbiased and honest. But Algeria, when they play Botswana away and Mozambique at home in March, if we were to get to 15, I think it's really, really close to making it to the tournament, because even then, the worst case scenario, worst case, Algeria would come second. but it just looks a little bit too close for comfort at the moment, considering that 5th place Uganda are only 3 points behind top of the table Algeria. But keep an eye on the goal difference in this group. It could be crucial, and it could genuinely come down to who smacks Somalia the most, because so many teams look like they're going to finish on similar points. Algeria need to win their games and need some draws to start happening in the other fixtures, because there's literally been none. Group H and Tunisia have not conceded a goal. Really boring to watch. People find it offensive. Look, it's the plain truth. Boring, borderline cheating. We saw the ghost penalty at home to Equatorial Guinea after they had -6 points taken off them. We saw Namibia's goal disallowed in the second game in empty Johannesburg for no reason. So Tunisia on 10, Namibia on 8, Liberia on 7. But it's just a bit harsh on Equatorial Guinea. I don't know what's happened with Nsue. They're on 3. In theory, they should be on 9. Once again, the pot 2 team nowhere to be seen. Can Namibia put up a fight? 2 wins, 2 draws. They're unbeaten. It remains to be seen. But you'd expect Tunisia, and if they get Ben Yedder and a good coach, they're going to ease to it. Again, poor group. Very lucky with the draw. A very poor team to watch. But if they're going to grind these 1-0s with set pieces or 0-0s away, you've got to respect it. And they do look tight at the back. They've got a good defence, Tunisia, as always. And finally, what a story this is, Group I. Comoros and Ghana on 9. Ghana have gone on a madness. They looked dead and buried. They beat Central African Republic 4-3 thanks to a hat-trick from Jordan Ayew, and they came from behind to win 2-1 against Mali in Mali. Unbelievable. Can you believe it? So Ghana winning in Mali. Mali had all the control. They've absolutely thrown it away, because not only did they bottle it at home to Ghana, they drew to 10-man Madagascar. So they couldn't even beat Alex Melman and Gloria and all those peoples and those penguins and stuff. So Comoros and Ghana on 9, and of course Comoros beat Ghana. The way Ghana have rescued this is fair play. They scored a lot of goals. Mali away, they were losing, they came back. Central African Republic were beating them 2-1. They won 4-3. Ghana look alive. Interestingly, without Inaki Williams, they looked a little bit better. But listen, there's still a long way to go, because you've got Madagascar chasing on 7. Mali looked in great shape for the first World Cup. Thrown it away again. They're on 5. Can Comoros and Madagascar keep up the fight? It remains to be seen. So, of course, 4 teams that come second will contest another African World Cup spot potentially. So Ghana, Gabon, Mozambique and Tanzania currently make up the second place position. So right now it's a long way to go, but you've got the likes of Senegal and Nigeria potentially missing out on a 9-10 African side World Cup. Madness. Lots of time until, of course, these places are finalised, but we're nearly at the halfway stage. 4 out of 10 match days. It's going to get interesting. Teams are going to get more serious as the games run out. Let me know what is the biggest shock so far in these World Cup qualifiers. What's your nation? Let me know, and I'll see you next time.